Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Joining us now is Bob and Tracy DeBryan here to tell us about the Museum of Art and Light set to open in Manhattan in the fall of 2024. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm so excited for this museum to open up next year. We've been talking about it before the show started, and it sounds fabulous. So to start out, Tracy, kind of for the viewers out there that may have not heard about the museum yet, or not know what's being constructed out there in Manhattan, tell us about this art museum.
Well, it's going to be the first immersive, traditional, and digital museum that was built from inception in the world. Wow. And it's in Manhattan, Kansas.
It's so cool. So, like, how did you come up with this idea? What inspired you guys to get this project going?
Well, actually, we've had this idea to build a museum for a long time. But we knew that in this day and age, kids, even adults, are not going to come to a museum and just look at pictures on a wall. I mean, kids are digital natives, right?
Yes.
So we needed the hook. And actually, it was our daughter, who is going to help run the museum when it opens, came up with the idea. And she called me one day and she said, "Mom, I think I have it." She said, "How many people do you think in the United States will ever see the Sistine Chapel?" And I said, "Well, I don't even know how many people in the United States have a passport. So something less than that will see the Sistine."
Yeah.
Only 36% of Americans actually have a passport, just a little piece of trivia. So she said, what if we built a building where we could project the walls and the ceiling of the Sistine? And that's where the idea started. So that's not what we're going to do, but that's where the idea germinated.
I know, I love the idea of an interactive museum. Those are my favorite kinds of museums to go to, the science and art museums like that. So what we're doing here with Museum of Art and Light, it's wonderful, and I'm so excited for it. But I want to also get into the kind of the purpose of the museum now, because it's very near and dear to your hearts. The arts, it seems, it's such an invaluable thing that society, I guess, is kind of losing a little bit. Bob, could you get a little bit into that now?
Well, we're learning more. That's a different world we live in today. We were all in an industrial era. This is a whole new society. It's a high-tech, information-based society. Then we had COVID, and now we have artificial intelligence, and the world's changed. When we were going to work, our careers were different than what our kids face and what everybody faces in the future. We had 10 years of calm work, some change, not very much. And then if you look closely, we had 2 years of catch up or fall behind. And we all know people who caught up and those that fell behind. Then we had 10 more years of calm, some change, not much, and then catch up time again. And the same thing to repeat it again. So in a 40-some year career, we had 10 years of calm and 6 years of change. And that's all changed. Information will double, we think, every 2 years.
Information comes so fast nowadays.
And if you're not a learner, it might be a pretty tough world for you to live in. But if you're a learner, even with artificial intelligence, there's going to be a lot of opportunity. But change is going to be a constant. With that in mind, we were educators. We were learning more and more about teaching and learning and the value of the quality of the visual and performing arts to youngsters, to people in careers, and to the retired. And we had to do something to make that change. Fortunately, there was a lot of research being done by the universities on this subject. And one of the biggest things that they all agree on, that the kids that are in school today, that are in the visual and performing arts for 4 years, regardless of their race, their IQ, their social or economic condition, or any other factor outperform all other kids academically. If you're looking at the future, that is a fantastic equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do something about that.
Well, Bob, Tracy, thank you guys for joining us this morning. I cannot wait to have you guys back on the show as the construction continues, as we head towards October of 2024 and see the grand opening of the museum.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you guys for joining us today. And of course, everyone, if you want to learn more, visit artlightmuseum.org.